This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, happy Wednesday, Jason Walker Show. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today in the Man Cave, we're going to be talking with Dane Oliver. No, we're not. We're going to talk to Dane Broadhead, the new football coach at Helena High. He will join us, and we'll talk to him about what he learned from all of his previous coaches and what he will bring to the table as the new head coach of the Bengals. Also, That's What She Said with Alex Eschelman coming up. We'll get her thoughts on what's going on in Bobcat and Bobcat Women Land and much more. You can watch the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com. As always, JasonWalkerShow.com. And our phone number is 406-209-1267. The opening segment of the Jason Walker Show is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. Milled, handcrafted, and timber frame, those are the divisions. You get 15 plus offerings under milled log homes, or you can bring in your own plans and create the perfect log or timber frame home of your dreams. 50 plus years experience. The finest craftsmen in Montana will build you a home crafted to last for generations. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. Well, congratulations to Jason Ferris. It appears that the former Montana Western standout and signee of the Carolina Panthers is headed to Birmingham to play with the USFL. He was picked in the 21st round with the 10th pick by the Stallions yesterday, a compensatory pick. And he's pretty good. 6'2", 220. You remember his time with Montana Western. First team All-America. Led the Frontier with 119 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, 7 pass breakups, 3 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, return for a touchdown, and a block kick. And a partridge in a pear tree. Dude's really good. And I'm happy for Jason. That's awesome. Getting a chance in the USFL, and good luck. That'll be fun. For sure. Let's see, what else were we hitting on? I had to reply to somebody because they said he played for Montana. He did not. He played for Montana Western. Let's see, what else were we going to chat? Oh, Frontier last night. Men's basketball. Some good stuff. 10 first-half three-pointers, and Montana Western got past Providence, ending the season of the Argos. Max Clark, 18. Jamal Stevenson at 13. And ended up winning 68-62. Built a huge lead and then held on. And like we said, 10 of 25 in the first half on threes. And led by 17. Actually took a 19-point lead, but ended up getting the win. So Montana Western now will advance to play Montana Tech Friday night down at Butte in the semifinals. MSU Northern will be coming to Helena. That's because the Lights got a big win over Rocky. Mason McCadney, 18. David Harris, 17. Got a 7-point win over the Battling Bears and ending Rocky season. And so now it'll be Carroll, the number 1 seed, hosting MSU Northern in the men's action to Friday night in the semifinals. We'll have that game for you. I'll actually be calling it with Joe McMahon on SWX. So looking forward to that. So no show Friday because we'll be calling basketball Friday night from Carroll. I know I wasn't allowed in. Can you believe it? But excited to see the Carroll guys again, and first time seeing Northern this year. On the women's side, there is some action, and it is tonight. And you have the Carroll women hosting MSU Northern, the 3 seed taking on the 6. Montana Western hosting Montana Tech down in Dillon. Those winners will then go on to play either Rocky or Providence, depending on who's the higher seed remaining. And speaking of the NAIA, rankings came out today, the newest and last of the regular season. And we'll start with the men, where the Carroll men have jumped back into the top 10. You got William Penn, Iowa at number 1, Loyola, Louisiana 2, Oklahoma Wesleyan 3, Arizona Christian 4, Thomas More, Kentucky 5. And then sitting at the 7 or 6 spot, Talladega, Alabama. Indiana Wesleyan drops from 3 to 7. Moving up 3 spots to number 8 is Carroll. College of Idaho 9, Science of Arts Oklahoma 10. Montana Tech held steady at 14. And those 2 teams will represent the Frontier Conference in the NAI National Tournament. On the women's bracket, some changes in the Frontier schools. Carroll's not ranked highest anymore. Southeastern Florida is number 1, receiving all 21 first-place votes. Westmont out of California 2, Thomas More, Kentucky 3. Marion, Indiana 4, Campbellsville, Kentucky 5. Morningside, Iowa 6, the Masters, California 7. Wayland Baptist, Texas 8. Bryan, Tennessee 9. And moving up 5 spots to number 10, Rocky Mountain College. The Battling Bear women are followed immediately by Carroll, which fell from 7 to 11. And then Providence moved back up 3 to number 16. So those 3 teams should be all headed to the NAI National Tournament, which will begin the 11th and 12th of March. We'll find out who will host. Remember, last year the Carroll women got hosed. Carroll men and women, the Tech men, Rocky women, and Providence women have all put in bids to host one of the opening round pods. Only one of them will get it. They're not going to send teams to 2 different brackets in Montana. It will be interesting. Rocky would have to play at the Fortin Center, not the Metra, because you've got the state AA at the Metra that weekend. Carroll could host, Tech could host, Providence could host. Rocky could host, but it would have to be at home. 64 men, 64 women's teams will make it. 16 men will head to Kansas City, and 16 women will head to Sioux City, Iowa teams for the final 16. So, got to win twice to make it to the NAI Nationals. And the big one. Man, if you get a chance ever to go to Kansas City for the men's tournament, now it's not the same because you don't have all 32 teams anymore. But if you get a chance to go to Kansas City, I highly recommend it. It's some great basketball in an absolutely historic arena at Municipal Auditorium, and it is awesome. So if you ever get a chance, do. Let's see here. What else? We got some divisionals that started today, and we'll check some scores in the early going. Let's see here. Where are we at? The 23rd of February. 58-47, Hardin over Sydney in the boys' side. Let's see what else happened in most divisionals get started tomorrow. In fact, that's the only boys score I see. Girls side, I believe Lockwood won. They did, beating Glendive 65-43, first divisional win for Lockwood in history. So there you go. Is that Sydney over Livingston? I believe that is right as well in the Class A. I'll be in Missoula calling Class A hoops state tournament weekend, March 10th through the 13th. NFHS Network. Looking forward to that again. A lot of fun and getting to see a lot of the same kids. I was expecting to go to Great Falls, got switched over to Missoula, so all the studying I did on those Class C schools is null and void. Thankfully, I know most of the Class A schools and kids because they're all going to be the same as last year, a lot of them. So it'll be fun. Definitely a good time calling state tournaments. And it's just a great time of the year. It's so much fun. Oh, good stuff. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we're going to talk hoops. Let's see. Got some halftime scores. Livingston leading Glendive in boys basketball, 25-21 at the half. And that's it for now. Okay. Yeah, Miles City and Hardin on the boys' side into the advance. Right? Yeah. Yeah, Hardin. Wait, we'll check it out. Did Lewistown? No. Well, that was a tomorrow. That's why. Hardin beat Sydney today. Hardin plays Lewistown tomorrow. All right. These brackets are weird in Class A. And then Miles City beat Lockwood in boys action. So Miles City will play Billings Central tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay, there we go. We got that settled. Glendive and Livingston playing each other right now. And then Laurel and Havre boys play later tonight. Okay, there we go. We're settled. We know what we're doing. It takes a minute, but once in a while we figure it out. All right, we'll come back. This opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. The premier log home company in the industry. It is veteran-owned and operated. It is it is women-owned and operated. Bless me, and family-owned and operated. All right. 3 distinct divisions, milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. They'll stack your log package, so all your builder really has to do is finish it out. They will travel to the build site. They will work with your budget. Montana Custom Log Homes. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. All right, quick break. Come back. Alex Eschelman will join us. That's what she said Wednesday. Next.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. On the way, new head football coach at Helena High, Dane Broadhead. And on this day in history and much more. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. I want to play this because we never really get to play it. So let's do this real quick. Hold on.
We always hear from the guys. What about the ladies? Time for That's What She Said. Brought to you by Dinner's Done Right.
All right. That's what she said. Dinner's Done Right. Great February menu and March as well. And we welcome in our best friend, Alex Eschelman, ABC Fox Montana sports reporter, SWX. How are you?
I don't know what I just did with my hands there.
Please
Jason,
don't. I think you dabbed or something. Don't.
How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much. I'm doing well. I'm staying warm. As you can see, I've got the beanie. I just came back from running errands. So I've got my scarf on. I've got the beanie. But, you know, my sports director, Sean Rainey, I have to give a shout out to one of his tweets today. He said that he'd rather take 5 degrees and sunny over 30 and cloudy/rainy any day of the week. And I couldn't agree with him more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer 75, 80 every day, no wind.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get a little winter cottage in Arizona then.
Right? You think? Yeah, or San Diego. I mean, I know San Diego gets a
yeah.
little chilly in the winter, but I actually will be golfing next week.
Great.
Outside. I get to go on a golf trip next week. So going to Lewiston, Idaho.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's warm there.
It will be in the mid 50s, so it'll be a lot better than 15 below.
I can say this, that now that I'm used to the full seasons in Montana and the winters, that 50 might as well be sunny and 75.
Oh,
I mean, that is t-shirt weather.
Okay, Joe Nichols. I just had him on the show a couple weeks ago. Did you watch that interview? You should go back and check it out.
I didn't, but you know what? I will go back and watch it.
He's
Absolutely.
Good. All right, Alex Eschelman joining us, ABC Fox Montana sports reporter, does a lot of work with SWX. SWX is where you can find me on Friday calling Carroll and Northern, but you got Bobcat Hoops, and it's a busy final week and a half here before the conference tournament. Let's start with the guys because they just keep rolling.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, Jason. And we've been, thankfully, been able to say nothing but positive things about this group for the past couple months now, since the start of 2022, really. And hopefully we can just see them continue to finish that out on a positive note for the regular season. Next week, we have 2 SWX games, one on March 1st, which is Tuesday, and then one on March 5th, which is their final, which is their final game of the regular season, I want to say. So that will be a big celebration for the seniors and all of that. But they're sitting in first place, and it's just so exciting. I mean, not totally comfortably yet, but they're 2 games ahead, I want to say. So in that first place spot.
And getting big wins when they needed to. I think it's a game and a half overall over Weber, but getting big wins like they needed, and whether it was a couple weeks ago at home in close games or getting wins over the weekend, it's what they need to keep doing just to keep rolling.
Totally, absolutely, couldn't agree more. It's interesting because when it comes down to the end of the regular season, and I think as you go into tournament play, it only gets harder and harder, and it gets to these close games. But I do think that Montana State men's is doing a good job of using that adversity and the obstacles within the games to their advantage, and a win's a win. Doesn't matter by how many points. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited that there's a handful of home games for them before the end of the regular season as they head into Boise.
They did lose on the road at Eastern Washington. A questionable final. Take me through what your thoughts.
Yeah, Jason, I mean, like you said, a lot of controversy there. when it went into overtime and everything that kind of happened within those final minutes. But I do think, there's so many different components to a game other than, there's just the officiating and the calls is a part of sports. It just is. So I don't really know. I don't have a full opinion as to, whether the outcome, I guess, was fair or not. What would you say?
I don't know. I hate to pick on refs because I'm good friends with a bunch, but if you look at Big Sky referees, they tend to struggle in big games and big moments. Sure. And I don't know what that, and I'm not going to diss on the refs all the time just because we do have a shortage across the country, but got to be better at times and know the situation at times. So it was sad that a 12-game, win streak came to an end, or 11 or whatever, but they bounced right back at Southern Utah and got the win on Saturday night. Now they gear up, Alex, 8 days off between that one and heading off now in a couple of days to Missoula, a big one in Dahlberg, because the Grizz needing to basically win out to keep that bye in the opening round. And, they've got some revenge on their mind after falling pretty good down in Bozeman in January.
Yeah, and my last comment, Jason, and maybe we could save this for another time, but just talking about officiating and refs in general and the importance of not only having them, but having them do the best job that they can and helping them do the best job that they can. I don't feel like there's enough priority put on, and I don't know, but I just feel like similarly to how, weirdly enough, how the MLB should try and continue to evolve. There's that whole discussion, right? Mm-hmm. And not just MLB, but just sports across the board, how everybody's continuing to evolve. I do think that there needs to be more of a spotlight in a sense of understanding like what refs and officiating is all about and showcasing that. I don't know. We'll talk about that later, but
well, on that note, I was just going to say, Sean Rainey, check him out on Twitter because he put up some great sound from high school officials.
Right.
And they're talking to each other all the time. And that's a great officiating crew that he got to follow. But he did a great 3-part story on that, and it's up on his page on Twitter. But, it's hard to harp on refs, and they do. They all they have a tough job. I get that. And
totally.
We'll discuss, and we'll discuss Major League Baseball if there's ever a season.
We'll get there. We'll get there this year. There will be a season, Jason. So. We'll get there. But anyway, back to Montana State men's basketball. Yes. Super excited to watch Cat Grizz this weekend. Unfortunately, I won't be in Missoula to be able to see it, but I will be watching. And I do think that we always talk about this Cat Grizz, even though the Bobcats sit at the top of Big Sky play, you never know. Nope. You absolutely never know, especially when it comes to this rivalry. And I also know that Dahlberg is quite the place to play, just like Wad Grizz.
Yep. And, you look at the Grizz, they've lost 4 of 6, and losing to some teams they shouldn't lose to. An Idaho State, an Idaho. And I know those are road games, but those are winnable games for the Grizz. And I feel like they're letting a couple slip away down the stretch here. But like the Cats, they have a big homestand to finish the season and can turn things around. They are at Southern Utah tomorrow before they come back to take on the Cats at home on Sunday. So a chance to right the ship before they get the Cats on a big weekend.
Definitely. And like we always say, home court, home field advantage definitely works in these two schools' favors for sure.
100%. And that crowd's going to be rocking both Saturday and Sunday for the women.
No, 100%. So I'm excited. It's coming down to the wire, and March is right around the corner, and it is such an exciting time in sports, particularly in basketball.
It is. It's supposed to be better, though, because we're supposed to have pitchers and catchers, and we're supposed to have spring training. And I'm really upset that there's no baseball right now. But, and I said this to somebody the other day, this is one of my favorite times of the year because you work your tail off for about 3 straight weeks between high school tournaments and the Big Sky stuff. And then middle of March comes, you have spring break, and you just get a week off, And then everything cycles back up, but in a slow manner because it's not as hectic with softball, golf, and track.
Right.
But this is a hectic next 3 weeks. I mean, you and I are traveling everywhere, it seems like.
Yeah, it is it's hectic, but that's what we live for, Jason.
Yep.
This is the business that we're in. This is the exciting stuff. I mean, the fact that we even get to be able to say that's what our jobs are, is to be able to go to the tournaments, cover the games. I mean, it's such a treat.
Yep, 100%. Alex Eschelman joining us. That's what she said. It is brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. She is a great reporter for ABC Fox Montana and SWX. All right, over to the women. Bobcat women picking up a big, big win. They've won 2 in a row, but a huge win at Portland State, and not surprising, but back tied now with Idaho State atop the standings with Southern Utah sitting a game back, and I believe Southern Utah creeping into that Montana State schedule one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or not. Never mind. It is. It's not. I should learn how to read. No,
it's so hard to decide to tell with COVID. I'm sorry.
Well, it
Jason,
is. No,
it
it is because that Portland State game was not supposed to happen on Monday when it did, and that was a great game to watch. Cola Badbear. Can we talk about her for a second? Holy cow! How good is she?
Love her, and I love how we've been able to kind of see her come into her own. I feel like this season. Right. I feel like this has been kind of a pivotal year for her. I mean, not saying that she didn't contribute last year or the year before, but watching her play this year, I really think that this has been a year of her coming into her own, really finding her confidence on the court, in her position, in her role, and stepping up and not only contributing, but being a leader.
And it's just amazing watching her. And it was great because Little Miss Darien had a decent game, but she was pretty much in the background because, Leah Beatty, Gabby Mackey, they all had nice games too. And that's big going into the stretch for the Bobcat women.
Yeah, and Leah is one of my favorite. I leaned over to Jack Murray as we're both filming courtside at the last home game against Southern Utah, and I just said, "Gosh, I just love watching Leah. She's one. I can't. You can't pick favorites, but she's definitely up there for me. And I think it's just the way that she plays. She's so locked in and so unbothered by everything that's happening around her, and you can see that she's just so focused on winning, and it gets you fired up. But all of the women who play for the team are incredible and super fun to watch. It's going to be interesting to see how this road stretch goes, because I want to say they're 4-7 on the road this season. So
5-7 after the win over PSG.
Okay. Yeah. So not terrible, but they aren't above 500 there on the road. So it'll be interesting to see how if they can turn that around and end that portion on a positive note. And I definitely think they can. I mean, I feel like anything's possible when Coach Ben is your head coach.
Amen to that. And it's big. I mean, the top 5, top 6 are separated by just a couple of games. I mean, you've got Idaho State, Montana State, all at 13-4, Southern Utah 12-5, and then after that, Montana, Sac State, NAU sitting all there at 9-7. So with the Lady Grizz game on Saturday, and we'll talk to Lance Hartzler tomorrow about the Grizzly basketball teams, but this is big for both. And Dahlberg again is going to be rocking Saturday night for that women's game. But if the Bobcat women can get another sweep, and what did that be, 8 wins in a row over their rivals, that puts them in great position with 2 games to go.
Yeah, and like we just said, though, Jason, anything can happen in this Cat Grizz rivalry.
That's true.
And this Lady Grizz program is very good, and also we understand the history behind the program, the pressure that comes along with having success within that program. And I do think just from the top down, their coaching staff this year, I thoroughly loved talking to their head coach before they came to Bozeman. I really think he's doing a great job in his first season. I mean, he was so personable. I had an interview with him, and the first thing he said to me is like, "So where are you from?" He started asking me questions about myself, which, I mean, that's so, so nice and so rare So I just think that he's definitely has that program going in the right direction, and home court advantage. We'll see.
We'll see who can hit more shots, Sophia Stiles or
Sophia Stiles is also a baller.
So
Love
good.
watching her play too.
She had a chance for the game winner the other night or on Monday afternoon, and it just fell short. But talking with Alex Eschelman, all right. So what do you have on SWX the next couple weeks for you game wise?
So we have okay. Let's process this here. This week we have Big Sky Track and Field Championships starting tomorrow, heading into the rest of the week, which I'm very excited about because this indoor team for the Bobcats, one of the best they've had in recent years. So fun to watch. Duncan Hamilton, Lucy Corbett. I mean, and those are just the stars, but you think about some of the other players, athletes within that program, and they're sitting at the top of the NCAA, like across the board, nationwide. Have some of the best athletes there. So it'll be fun to watch not just them, but all of the teams come to the Brick and Worthington Arena, see what happens there. We'll be covering that. Next week, we've got 2 games at Worthington Arena on SWX, that March 1st and March 5th game for Montana State men's, which will be really fun because they could end up winning regular, they could end up
clinching at home
at first place regular season and winning the Big Sky regular season. So that will be fun. And what else is there? High school basketball. We are getting into tournament play. This weekend is divisionals. Gallatin Valley doesn't have any divisional play this week, but then next week I'll have AA, I want to say, divisionals here. And then the week after that, I will actually not be going to Boise for the Big Red tournament because we have the Class C state champion tournament here.
You got Class B. Great Falls has Class C.
Class B, yes. Sorry.
Well, you might get to see Jefferson.
Class
You're going to
C.
see.
Thanks for keeping me honest here,
hey,
Jason.
I'm going to give you a name to watch.
Okay.
Rachel Van Blaricum from Jefferson High is really good. She just set the all-time points record for the Panthers. She's really good.
I want to say number 11, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Number 11 had her in my highlights the other night.
She's
so
good.
I will keep. I mean, it won't be hard to keep an eye on her. I mean, she is. What'd you say? The record holder.
She holds the most points at Jefferson High as far as a girls basketball player.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I will actually need to write that one down to include in my.
There you go. In your shot sheet. Yeah, put it in your little shot sheet.
Absolutely.
Hey, before I let you go, let's see. So I will be in Missoula for the AA, or for the Class A. You've got the Class B, so that'll be fun. I'll be on SWX Friday night.
Love it.
Carroll and MSU Northern. So if you get a chance, you can watch and critique me. And then
no critiques, Jason.
You'll be on the show next week. You're the pro. And let's see, what else was I going to... Oh, should we do away with handshake lines?
I'm really happy you brought this up because I was listening to... I was so intrigued. ESPN Radio had a whole conversation about this. I want to say like 2 days ago, and I stopped the car and I was just listening. I'm like, okay, what do I think about this? Honestly... I want to ask Coach Sprink about what his thoughts and feelings are on this because I don't know. This is coming from somebody who has never played basketball.
Right.
However, when I was listening to the conversation, my answer is yes.
Really?
My answer is yes.
Okay.
Because they said, and this is why, they put it into perspective for me a little bit. They said, listen, the teams have always done this because it's just, I mean, I don't know if it's ever been questioned. Again, I could be wrong. I've never played basketball before, so I want to get Coach Binford and Coach Sprinkle's opinions on this and hear also what the players think. But it's something that's always been a part of the sport, and there's nothing wrong with it, but NFL doesn't do it. I mean, other sports don't do it. They go and shake hands with the players that they want to shake hands with or their buddies with. And the coaches always shake hands, which I agree with. but do we need to do the everybody shakes hands? I don't think it necessarily needs to happen. If that's what players and coaches decide on, I wouldn't be upset if it didn't happen. How about you?
I kind of like it. I'm a traditionalist, though, at times. Like, I don't want the DH, and it's coming for both leagues. And they do shake hands in other sports. I mean, hockey, they wait till the end of a series. Football players exchanging jerseys in the NFL.
But they aren't required. Does that make sense?
But in college, they do. College and high school. You got to do the handshake line.
Football?
Yep. At least in the NAI, everybody does it in the Frontier.
Oh, I think not. I don't think Power 5 does that.
Okay. I'm just
Power 5 doesn't do that. I don't even think mid-major. I don't even think. Definitely Big Sky doesn't do that.
Yeah, you could be right.
I think most college, and not, you can't compare because football is football, basketball is basketball. It's two different things. I don't think it's, I wouldn't be upset one way or the other, but I don't think there's anything wrong in changing that if that's what if players and coaches feel that strongly about it, I wouldn't be offended.
Here's one thing I think. If you can't handle losing and a team don't be pressing with a minute to go when a team has their walk-ons in there and calls a timeout to get the walk-ons who practice just as hard as the regulars and the starters. Juwan Howard, are you okay with the suspension, 5 games, or should he have been suspended the rest of the year, including postseason?
I don't know. I haven't put enough thought into what I think his exact punishments should be, but I think both coaches are in the wrong You have to be professional and we're all human. So you got to give people chances and give people breaks, but yeah, you can't put your hands on people.
But if you look at video, there's people said that argument, and then people put up a whole bunch of pictures of like coaches, they shake the hand and then they extend, even women, they do the same thing, or they hug. But they put the arm on the other arm on the forearm or the biceps. So they're all touching. I will say this on this note, wrestling. You can get your ass kicked in wrestling and lose by a quick pin. You could lose on points. You could lose in 3 rounds, 1 round, whatever. They shake hands at the end, and they go shake their opposing coach's hand at the end, win or lose, no matter what. That is a great sign of respect.
It is a great sign of respect. And again, back to at the end of the game, whether everybody shakes hands or not, I would have to get some more opinions and hear some more insight and experiences, but I 100% agree, Jason. At the end of the day, it's just a game.
It is. It's not.
It's just a game.
It's not life or death. It's not.
And obviously, we build it up because our country loves it so much. The world loves sports so much. There's a reason why these businesses are huge, big-time businesses. But you got to simplify it sometimes and remind yourself it's just a game.
It is. On that note, good luck this week. I'm glad you had fun skiing, it looked like, the other day up at Bridger.
I did go skiing. I did. I went to Bridger Bowl.
Great course.
First timer.
Really?
And I loved it.
Did you ski or snowboard?
I ski.
Okay, good.
I've snowboarded a few times. And I would actually like to learn to know how to do both, but every year rolls around, Jason. I'm like, why? I'm good at skiing. I have fun skiing. Right. I'm a confident skier. Let's just stick with it, you know. However, I am really high maintenance. When it starts dumping snow, I am one of those high maintenance skiers where once I can't see and my goggles are wet, things just start crumbling. I'm like, that's it. I'm going inside. I'm getting chicken strips and French fries and calling it a day. I'll see you guys later.
That is fantastic.
Early morning skier. Get there when it opens, get her done, and be done by like 2 and just.
I like it.
How about you? Do you ski or snowboard?
I ski occasionally. When I used to ski a lot and grew up on Bridger Bowl. It was great track. I love that place.
Really?
Yep. My first set of skis actually partially paid for by Jan Stenerud.
Really?
True story.
That's amazing.
True story. I sold the most money, like coupon books or whatever, for midget football. And Jan, somehow somebody told him I wanted to buy a ski pass and skis that year, and he put in half the money for everything. So.
Oh, that's a great story,
right?
Jason.
I know. Didn't help me. I'm not a great skier. But when my wife and I got together, she said, look, I'll pick up golf, but you have to get back into skiing. And I was like, my sport's safer. And bring that up, I can go outside and golf and not have to worry about a frozen thing like that Norwegian skier or Finnish skier did in the Olympics, where he froze his man area in twice in 2 years. Like, how he had to? No, I'm good. I don't need to do that.
Well, I don't. I think that's a fair trade-off, though. If
yes,
golf, ski, that's a good trade-off. And you don't have to be a great skier to enjoy it.
No, that's true. That's true. Because I like to have, a drink or two and of water, drink water in the club.
Yeah, go down the blues and greens and the bunny slope and no moguls, no black diamonds,
I used to
nothing
be
like
really
that.
good at moguls. I was good, but not anymore.
Yeah, we should ask the audience what their personal we should ask the audience their personal preference types of runs that they like.
Okay.
And best place to go skiing in all of Montana.
Bridger Bowl.
You think?
Yep. Bet Bridger Bowl. Hands down. And I've only skied a few, but Bridger Bowl's the best.
Listeners, chime in. We want to know.
There you go. There you go. Hopefully they'll let us know by next week. I got to let you run because you're a busy person, and I got Dane Broadhead waiting here for a conversation. New Helena High coach. Good luck this week. Enjoy the track. Get some footage of Helena Carter because she's really good in the 60s. And she's a Capital girl.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, ma'am.
Always fun to be on your show.
We'll chat soon.
Chat soon. Bye.
Bye. That is Alex Eschelman. That's what she said Wednesday, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. She's the best. And, you can let us know. In the next week, we want to know best ski hill in Montana, and should I ski more with my wife? Okay? At Jay Walker Sports. You can Facebook or call in or text. But when we return, we're going to check in with the new head football coach at Helena High. Dane Broadhead joins us next here on the Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner. So now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Listen to The Jason Walker Show anytime and anywhere. Download The Jason Walker Show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you enjoy podcasts.
You can also just go to our website, jasonwalkershow.com. Thanks to Alex Eschelman joining us. Always fun chatting with her, getting a smart lady's perspective. We're talking about that Bobcat game with Eastern Washington, which the Cats lost last week. And I don't know if you saw it, because we weren't actually on, but... So I know the rule in college basketball. I know the rule generally is you can't catch and shoot in .4. You can do it in .4, but after that, below it, you can't. Now, this was the screenshot from last week's Bobcat game. And you tell me, is that, so there's the ball gone from the hand, and there is .1 on the clock. Should have went to double overtime. But what do I know? I'm not an official, and the officials do a fantastic job. But you have a chance to review it, and I don't care if the clock started late, whatever. I know the rule, but it's pretty obvious that the ball was gone. Did he catch it? No. Did he tip it? No. It's kind of an in-between deal. Oh, well. There is no in-between when it comes to who's going to lead Helena High on the football field for the foreseeable future. He was hired yesterday. He's been an assistant for 8 years. His name is Dane Broadhead, and he joins us now on the Jason Walker Show. All right, well, first off, Coach, congratulations. I know you found out yesterday, but take me through the process of why you wanted to become the new head coach at Helena High.
Sure. No, it was a great opportunity for me. First head coaching job in the football world, at least. I coached baseball for a couple years in the Legion program. And it was just something, as Coach Evans announced his retirement, we sat down as a staff, kind of talked it through, and nobody else on staff really was in a position where they wanted to apply for the job. So it was kind of one of those deals where it was next guy up, and everyone was kind of looking at me, and I had their full support, which was awesome. To have the support of my staff, it meant the world to me, and it just kind of became one of those things where I was the guy and put in for it, and things worked out, and here we are ready to hit the ground running with the program going full steam.
You mentioned you met with the rest of the assistants after Coach Evans retired, and what was that conversation like? Was it, are you going to go, or am I going to go? Who's going to go for this? Because obviously you guys didn't want to fight against each other.
Right. That was key. We didn't want to have a situation where there was, any infighting, not only for cohesion with our staff, but also really important for our players. So, it was kind of one of those deals where we all just kind of sat down and talked about it. And there are a couple guys on staff who obviously, have been around a lot longer than I have, that if they would have put in for it, I would have supported them 100%, but they weren't in positions where they wanted to do that. So again, it just kind of became next man up mentality. And, I felt that I was ready to apply for the job, and everyone had my back, and away we went.
Dane Broadhead, our guest here, Jason Walker Show, the new Helena High football coach. You'll have to forgive us if we start calling you Dane Oliver, but that actually wouldn't be a bad thing because he's won some state championships recently. So maybe having Dane as your name is a good thing.
Yeah, if I can, in case of mistaken identity, that's not a bad one to steal.
Yeah, he's had some success. You guys have been, successful at Helena High. What's it going to take from you as the head coach to get over that hump to get the first title in 90 years?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's consistency. It's day in and day out, putting in the work. Having a team first mentality, and honestly, Jason, for me, winning is a byproduct of the system you put in place and the work you do on a daily basis, and that's how I'm going to approach it with the staff and with my kids. It's one of those deals that winning is really, really hard, especially to win consistently, at the AA level or any level of football for that matter. So to me, I'm not so focused on the end result. That kind of takes care of itself. There are a lot of factors that go into that. But to me, it's like I said, it's showing up ready to work every day, with a great attitude, with great effort, great focus, and great attention to detail, and we'll kind of let the rest of it, kind of play out and take care of itself.
I've been in that office near the weight room where the head football coach sits, and you reside for, the last 8 years, I guess. What are you going to take away from that office as far as Tony Arnson and Scott Evans?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, you can take a lot from those guys, the success that both of them have had, the consistency that they had. And that's one thing that we have going for us is our staff's been together a long time. So we kind of know how everybody works and what everyone thinks. And to me, there's a lot of different things. You can look at, how organized Scott was, the effort and the energy level that Coach Arnson brought to the table, and just a couple of great personalities in both of those guys. But I think my biggest takeaway for both of them is just the way that they treated people, the way that they treated our kids within the program and everyone who came in contact with the program, whether that was the starting quarterback through third string freshman tackle and everybody in between. Those guys both knew how to treat kids the right way and how to make people feel important and part of the program. So that's something I'll carry on as we get going moving forward.
Couple final questions for Dane Broadhead, the new Helena High football coach here. All right, you mentioned those two, where we bring up those two coaches, Arnson and Evans, but you played at Carroll, so you've got a pretty good lineage there. How much from Nick Howlett have you taken away, and obviously Coach Mike Van Diest?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where it kind of all started for me, and I even have to go a little further back to my high school days playing under a name that probably doesn't hit home up here, but Tim Perigo. I mean, he's a legend down in Idaho. He's at Minico High School for 25 years and really kind of set the foundation and kind of pushed me into coaching. And then to come up here to Carroll to play under Coach Van Diest, Coach Howlett, Coach Hogan, and that track record and resume speaks for itself. I mean, those guys were masters of the game, in terms of X's and O's. And again, just, it's where I really learned, kind of the effort level, the attention to detail, the focus, and just the day in and day out preparation that it takes to be successful, not just at the college level, but again, at any level of football. That kind of translates to every level. So, there's a lot of things that I'll take from those guys and try to build into this program as we go forward.
Aside from those coaches and what you've learned from them, what do you bring into the program as a new head coach?
Yeah, I think a great energy level. I'm really excited about the job. I'm excited to work with our kids. And honestly, and I've talked to other people about this. We're not going to change a lot in terms of what the program looks like. We've had a great deal of success. Yes, the title has eluded us, but in terms of consistency year in and year out. The program, Coach Evans left the program in a great place. So, I'm just going to really work to continue, that legacy and the legacy that Coach Arnson set before him. Might be a few new wrinkles. Things might look a little different, feel a little different. That's going to happen naturally with any turnover or change in, administration. So again, just great energy, great focus, attention to detail, and then we're just going to get after it every day and see where we can take this thing.
You want to name a starting quarterback right now, or you want to wait?
Let's wait. Let's get into spring ball and see what that looks like. We got a couple guys that are in a good position to take that job. Carter Kraft did a great job for us at the JV level last year. And I know he learned a lot and took a lot away from Caden Hewitt. And, his dad's not a bad quarterback guy either, so he's got that going for us. So we'll see how it plays out. But right now, just one day at a time. And before you know it, it'll be August, and we'll be getting ready to play some ball.
And having to talk with me every week. You realize that, right?
What's that? You
have to talk with me every week starting in football season. You know that.
Which is great. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'll break you in. We'll get you trained. I after Arnson left, it was like, now I got to train a new coach. And then, Murphy left over at Capitol. So it was Mihelish. Like, I'm tired of training new guys. I'm looking forward to working with you, but I got to tell you how we do things on the media side.
You got your hands full, that's for sure. Well, hopefully they'll keep you around for a while, and there's not too much training you have to do after this first year. You'll
be fine. Hey, good luck, congratulations, and just congrats. It's super cool, and enjoy the newness as it settles in before practices really fire up this summer.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Jason.
That is Dane Broadhead on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life. Dane understands that. Mike Miller understands that. And you can get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena. Dane Broadhead, the new coach, got a Facebook message, says, awesome choice. It'll be hard to cheer against him, being a Capital person. So there you go. It'll be fun when that season gets opened up here in August. Let's see. Glendive beats Livingston in the Eastern A boys. 58-47. And let's see, halftime, Northern C up at Great Falls. It is Winnett Grass Range boys leading Sunburst 23-21. Love this. Love the basketball season. It's so awesome. Let's do On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Pinkerton Leather. Pinkerton Leather Company, a Combat veteran-owned company, an American leather made in America in Wyoming, for wallets, saddles, anything in between. Everything that can be made from leather. Check them out. Facebook, Pinkerton Co. and PinkertonLeather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount on all products. It is February 23rd. It is National Banana Bread Day. It is National Dog Biscuit Day as well. 1906, Tommy Burns beats Marvin Hart in 20 for the heavyweight boxing title. 1968, Wilt Chamberlain becomes the first NBA heir to score 25,000 points. 1980, American speed skater Eric Hayden would win the Olympic 10,000 meters in world record time, sweeping all 5 speed skating medals at Lake Placid. On this date in 1985, Bobby Knight got mad. Bobby Knight got really, really mad. Can we do this? There's the tee.
Technical against the bench and against Bob Knight.
Bob Knight, the greatest men's basketball coach. Here it comes. 1985 on this date. There comes the chair. Oh, that was good. Good stuff.
Unbelievable. He picked up another tee.
Bobby Knight, the legend. And I'm told his health is not doing well at all, so we wish the best to Coach Knight. I know you're leaving us on Treasure State Radio. We'll see you tomorrow at 4. But we'll finish up here. 1992, the 16th Winter Games closed in Albertville, France. 2014, the 22nd Winter Games closed in Sochi, Russia. Not very many birthdays today or anything super fantastic in the world of sports. So there you go. Anybody else's birthday today? No, not really. It's kind of a bum day as far as things that happened. All right. So in there, with that said, let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Check them out. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 8, Saturday 9 to 3, Monday 11 to 3, And soft drinks are free for members of the armed forces, the police, the fire, EMTs. They love our country. We love Cafe Zydeco. You should love them back. Fun show. Alex Eschelman, as always. Thanks for joining us. Dane Broadhead, new Helena High football coach. Thank you. Tomorrow, Lance Hartzler will join us. And who knows what else. We'll talk Grizz sports tomorrow. Good luck at all your divisionals tonight and the ones that start early in the morning. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 4. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. The Jason Walker Show is presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. All right. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.